Hello Clashers, and welcome back to yet another Blueprint Masterclass. I'm Ghost, and in today's session, I'll be showing you guys how to learn, how to improve, and how to master the Queen Charge root routers, whether this may be your first time touching the Queen Charge root routers, or you may be a semi-pro with the Queen Charge root routers. Hopefully, in today's sessions, you'll be able to learn and master the Queen Charge root routers. Let's just go ahead and start on the ring bases, because I believe it is one of the most important style to actually try to learn, because I feel like it's probably going to be the hardest to do on a specific base, and that will just be the ring base. So we'll go through. Here we go. We get the first wall breaker coming in. We do have the Super Barbarians funneling. Like I said, I mainly needed these two collectors, so that's exactly what I wanted there and what I've accomplished there with that funnel, because now I am dropping the healers down along with the mini warning. Now, the mini warning I typically use to give that queen an extra buff on the hit points so that my queen is going to be able to survive. So now let's just take a look at the Queen Charge. Now, if you could see, I'll go ahead and pause it here. This was a little bit risky. You can already see me dropping the invisibility spell right there. And that is mainly because the queen stepped a little bit further down to pick off this world champion when I initially did not want to plan for that to happen. And if I did not use this invisibility spell, the next closest building for where my queen's going to go is going to go right down here and walk the wrong way. So this is just being able to adapt on the fly and being able to see that there's a risk of the queen potentially walking, because how far the eagle is in comparison to where these buildings are. So that's exactly why I kind of wanted to use that invisibility spell, so that my queen can turn right back into that eagle compartment. And you can see my second wall breaker is already coming in, targeting that exact same wall where I needed to. So that is going to be great for me, because now you can see the damage. It's kind of split. And that's exactly why I like to use the king in combination to funnel for my queen, so that I can split these damages so my queen can actually push through the core. And here we go. We do have the final wall breaker coming in for the core. And now with this, I'm able to take down both expos before the actual CC comes out. So that's going to be super duper nice for me, because now the queen is under 0 damage while encountering the CC, because there's actually no single Inferno Tower that's onto the queen. So now, again, with the air defense, this is exactly what I was talking about initially. That air defense could be a huge threat if you don't funnel this or funnel that. So that's exactly why I'm adapting and adjusting with the 3 hogs I'm using there. And now if we take a look at this push, you can already see the king ability is still intact. So that's exactly why I kind of wanted to use the push of a root riders there, so that it kind of pushes everything. And I will also have the king support to be able to go through the entire core. If you also see the battle drill working at the 9 o'clock, going through all these defenses, it is actually ensuring that my root riders and my king can go through the single and push through the back end as fast as possible, because this right here is going to be the last main threat that can actually take down my push and the Queen Charge and the root riders. So that's exactly why you kind of wanted to start the root riders. You don't necessarily need to wait for the push to fizzle, or not the push, but for the Queen Charge to actually fizzle out and die entirely before starting root riders. You kind of want to work together for time efficiency and for time's sake, so you don't actually time fail to start the root riders super early, so that you know you won't actually run into the case of time failing. So starting the root riders, essentially, once you know your queen is going to target Town Hall at some point in time, you can just go ahead and start the root riders there and not have to worry about time failing for that particular case. So that was that base. We ended up swagging the king ability, I think the RC ability, and we did have all 4 heroes alive there. So a really super nice hit. So this ring base right here is a little bit common at the very top of Legends. So this is exactly where I want to kind of touch bases on this one, so that you can have a generic idea on how to charge the Town Hall on this particular base. Now, you can actually do the smash approach on this base as well. Flinger one side, Warrior Walk one side, send everything in the middle. This actually does work, but it's a little bit inconsistent because the CC always plays a huge factor and role on this particular base. So instead here, we are going to take the Flinger and do the same approach. We're going to do a Flinger up the top side to primarily grab these buildings and defenses and trash building. And I'm going to start with an early Queen Walk necessarily on this side, so that I can pick off these buildings right there, because with this, I want to have my queen walk into here and then wall breaker into here to send my queen and barbarian king into there. So what I'm going to essentially want to do is wall breaker here, wall breaker here. So that's exactly why I kind of want to walk these buildings on this particular side of the base, so that my king doesn't actually go crazy, bang on a wall, or my queen backtracks into here and steps over here, not go to the town hall. So that's exactly why I want to funnel right-hand side, because the flank flinger funnels left. This is going to be the right-hand funnel so that I can send my king in front. So what I mean by sending my king as a tank initially is that I'm going to be dropping a Skelly spell on top of the single Inferno right here so that I can send my Barbarian King inside of the base. And what you're going to be able to see here is that while the Skelly spell tanks, I'm going to be able to send the king in to be able to take down all the heroes, the single, and all of the expos, because I'm taking advantage of the king epic equipment, the gauntlet. So with the gauntlet, I'm going to be able to take down all of this because it's compact and they're all touching each other. The buildings are all compact and touching each other, so that with the king's ability, you're going to be able to take advantage of it and charge through the core of the base. So now, with that being said, Flame Flanger funneling the left side, the queen is going to be going essentially around on this side, which makes me want to Root Rider on this side so that I can push the queen towards and around this Town Hall Giga Poison. So now with that, I kind of want to just show you the replay instead of being able to talk about the Root Rider, so you can actually see the multiple approach styles you can actually take on this particular base style in general. So like I said, we are going to start off with the early Flame Flanger on that top hand side. This is essentially just, like I said, Barbarian to test for trap. I always drop a Barbarian before I drop a Flame Flanger. So Flame Flangers, like I said, was not one of my favorites, but it does come in handy if you're doing a smash, or particularly in this case, a queen charge into this particular base. So now, we are going to drop the Skelly spell, the tank, like I said. We are going to tank the single, the Barbarian King, and all the heroes in the expo. You did see me sending a wall breaker into there so that it can actually open up. And I do have the Apprentice Warden in there as well, so that it provides my Barbarian King and my Archer Queen some extra HP so that they can actually survive and push through the core. So again, this is what I mean by using the King as a tank to charge and tank it for your King, for your Archer Queen. As you can take a look and see there, the King with the epic equipment took down both Expo and Eagle at the same exact time. And you can look and see after the King has gone down, there's really no damage left other than just that one Expo on the right-hand side. And this is an indication for me to go ahead and start the Root Riders instead of having to wait, because the Queen locks on the Town Hall right now. So now my Root Rider can just pick off these defenses on the right-hand side so that this can relieve the damage off the Queen, so that I can have a split damage, one side on the Queen, the other side on the Root Rider, so that my Queen can survive and not actually die through all of that damage. So there could be really great support and then not time fail. So always time is a factor, so making sure you actually try to keep your Queen alive is going to be a really great thing when it comes to doing Queen Charge Root Rider. So we are going to finish it off with a lot of cleanup troops. We do have a lot in the pocket there. We are having the Flame Flanger troops coming out, which actually opened the wall there. So we are getting the maximum value out of this Flame Flanger in this case. We do have the Queen ability, RC ability, a freeze, and a lot of cleanup stuff working around the base. So this just goes to show how you can actually take advantage of this army composition, how flexible it is. It's not just a one-trick thing. It's a multiple-trick thing, to where if you can actually identify it and be able to set the Queen properly and use the correct siege or how to establish the King, this is what you'll be able to pick apart and take away from that particular base. Feel free to let me know if there's any questions or comments for this particular approach. I hope we guys were able to learn how to set the army up, how to tackle down each specific style, and of course, how to establish and master those Queen Charge Root Riders. Thank you guys for being a part of this session today. Until next time, Ghost out.